Okay, let's just dive right in. We're talking about first dates. You know, those things that can be super stressful, kind of awkward, and how we can flip the script and turn them from a performance into a real, genuine connection.
Does this feel a little too real? You're sitting there across from someone new, and you've got this mental checklist running. Am I saying the right thing? Do they like me? Yeah, it's a feeling we pretty much all know.
And then it happens. The dreaded awkward silence. The conversation just stops, and you both start scrambling for the next question. Anything to fill the void. So, you have any siblings? We have all been there. But you know what? It doesn't have to be like that.
So let's actually put a name to this whole experience. Let's call it the first date problem.
This is the absolute heart of it. We get so caught up in trying to perform, to be witty, to be cool, to be impressive, that we completely forget why we're even there in the first place, to connect. And that pressure, that's what makes the whole thing feel so forced and, honestly, kind of draining.
But here is the really good news. There is a much, much better way to do this. And it's not just some random advice. It's actually backed up by decades of real scientific research into what actually creates human connection. Just take a look at this. This isn't a new idea. All the way back in '97, you had Dr. Arthur Aaron figuring out that certain questions could literally generate closeness between strangers. Fast forward to today, a 2024 study connected eye contact directly to wanting a second date, and another found that a great conversation is way more important than some fancy restaurant. The science is clear. How you connect matters most.
And you want to know what's crazy about that 2024 eye contact study? It all came down to just 5 minutes. That's it. Increased eye contact within a tiny 5-minute chat was a huge predictor of whether people wanted to see each other again. 5 minutes. Okay, get ready for this phrase from Dr. Aaron's original study. It's a mouthful. Sustained, escalating, reciprocal, personalistic self-disclosure. Sounds super academic and complicated, right? But what it really means is, well, it's simple. It's just the process of building a connection by sharing personal things bit by bit, back and forth. You share something, then I share something. We go a little deeper, and that's how you build trust.
Now, this is a really important point. We have to manage our expectations here. These techniques aren't some kind of magic love potion. The goal isn't to force an instant romance. It's just to create a small moment of real closeness and then see if there's a spark worth exploring later on.
All right, so we've got the science down. Now let's get to the good stuff, the practical tools you can actually use. Think of this as your conversation toolkit for your next first date. You don't want to just cannonball into the deep end, right? You start here with questions like these. They're amazing because they're positive, they're open-ended, and they give you a real peek into what makes a person tick, but without feeling like you're grilling them. It just helps everybody relax. So, once the conversation is flowing and you've got a comfortable vibe going, you can start to go a little bit deeper, asking about what they were like as a kid or who their most important people are. These questions tell you so much about their story, their values, their character. And please, do not forget to have fun. Playful questions are such a great, low-pressure way to see someone's real personality. You get to see their sense of humor, what they're passionate about, all while keeping the mood light and enjoyable. So we have the questions, we have the toolkit. But, and this is a big but, what you ask is only half the story, maybe even less than half. The real art is in how you ask. And this chart just nails it. It shows the two paths you can go down. On one side, you've got the interviewer, just firing off questions, checking boxes. And on the other, you have the connector. They ask follow-up questions. They let the conversation wander where it wants to go. They share about themselves too. And the biggest difference? They are actually genuinely curious about the other person.
I absolutely love this metaphor. Your goal is not to get through a list of questions like you're on some quiz show. It's to create a conversation that flows naturally, like a gentle river. It's got twists and turns that you get to discover together.
Okay, let's wrap all this up by talking about mindset. Because to really make this work for you, we have to completely redefine what a win on a first date actually looks like.
I mean, listen to this anecdote from our relationship writer. It says everything. A successful date doesn't have to end with a kiss or a plan for date number 2. It can end in a hilarious story, a new friend, or just a really fun night. The connection itself is the prize, no matter what it looks like.
So this is it. This is the new goal. It's not to lock in a second date. It's not to wow them. It is simply to discover
who this person sitting across from you is, and to give them a chance to discover who you are. That's it. Think about how much pressure that takes off.
So here's your game plan. Super simple. Step 1, before the date, just pick 3 to 5 questions you're actually curious about. Step 2, during the date, focus on listening and remember that science-backed eye contact. And step 3, after, just check in with yourself. Did I feel comfortable? Did I have fun? That's your most important data.
So, let me just leave you with this final thought. What if you went into your next first date not thinking of it as a test you have to pass, but as a discovery, an opportunity to just explore another human being for an hour or two? Just imagine how that one little shift could change everything.